happened last week. Truth it is, last week I was in Naples, Florida, and I had just gotten out like right after the call, before the storm hit. All righty. Well, why don't we get going? So sound still up? Good. Thanks. All righty. So today we're going to talk about sustainable thinking, which will be a lot of fun, and we're going to get into our subconscious minds, and so it should be a good opportunity for learning and understanding really how we think and how we can change our thinking in ways that will make for more positive outcomes. So, and then also this will be the last one of these Mindful Mondays for about 30 days or so, because we're going to do some redesign and some formatting and all that. So we'll pick it back up sometime in November. So anyway, sustainable thinking. So if we look at a dictionary explanation of sustainable, right? It's the ability to maintain things at a certain level. I think we all kind of generally know that. My definition, okay, of what is sustainable thinking is the ability to maintain consistent thought patterns that produce the highest quality outcomes, which are aligned with your goals and visions. And it's the alignment piece, okay, that, thought patterns that are aligned with the highest quality outcomes, right? That's what we're looking for. And this Dalai Lama quote that I found, I thought, accents this really well. In order to carry a positive action, we must develop here a positive vision, right? So you have to match your thoughts, your words, to a vision. And some of this we've talked about before, so some of this won't be new to you, to some of you. But so knowledge is so important. And I know we know that. I know that's why we're all here this morning. But knowledge in of itself is so important. Understanding the why and how things work. Okay. So the first thing to understand about developing sustainable thoughts, okay, is understanding like at a granular level, okay? Like we have up to 60,000 thoughts a day of the average person. And 80% of the time, they're the same as the day before. Now, that's not new for this group. You guys have heard this before. Your thoughts run in your subconscious mind, and they run on autopilot. And when you take into account that it only takes 3 to 4 weeks to either build or dissolve habits, and you have up to 60,000 thoughts a day, most of which are the same as the day before, you can see how your subconscious mind, right, would develop really strong programming. And our subconscious minds, our subconscious thought patterns run 95% of who we are. And the subconscious mind, operates, it's really kind of like the computer program that runs in the background. So if you think about if you think about, us, right, as being kind of soft technology, and what's the programming that's running our technology? Well, the programming is our subconscious mind. And truly think about the subconscious mind as the computer program that's no different than running the computer that I'm showing you this PowerPoint on. Okay. And some interesting facts about our subconscious mind. It records everything, no different than a computer would. It's always alert and awake. It controls 95% of our lives, which we talked about. It's built on habituation. So we go back and we think about the fact that we have up to 60,000 thoughts a day. Many of them are the same as the day before. That's habituation, unless we change it. Okay. And we'll talk about that in just a second. It speaks to us in our dream time. So you know how a lot of times like we'll have dreams at night and some of them might they feel disjointed, right, which most dreams kind of do. It's because it's your subconscious mind. You're tapping into your subconscious mind, and it's just running a computer program. It has no verbal language. I'm going to jump around here a little bit. It has no verbal language because it runs on feelings. All right. It's a million times more powerful than the conscious mind. So if you think about our conscious mind, right, running only 5% of what we do. So if you say to yourself, well, I want to do this thing, I want to learn how to mountain climb. But if it's okay to say that, but if all your visions and actions and thoughts aren't in alignment with that, your subconscious mind won't recognize it. So number 9, we just talked about it. The subconscious mind is not logical. It feels. It's one of the reasons why visions are so important, why creating a vision about what you want and then actually feeling it, okay? It's really the reason why it's so important is because the subconscious mind, you can't negotiate with it. It runs on feelings, okay? And I don't know how they know this, but apparently it can do a trillion things at once. I don't know if a trillion's a good number, but it's enough where it runs the show. And that's kind of really all we need to know, is that the subconscious mind runs the show. And so how do we get in and how do we disrupt and change our subconscious thinking? Well, one of the things we're going to have to do is we're going to have to probably get a little uncomfortable and become deeply inquisitive, okay? And do so without judgment on where these patterns come from and what are the underlying causes and experiences that are creating, okay, the subconscious patterns. And we have to be willing to say, well, what were the experiences I had as a child? What were they as an adult? What in all my relationships, okay, personal, friends, work, whatever the case may be, family, where have I gotten these experiences from and these patterns? And then other experiences, could be injury, it could be medical, it could be anything like that. What are the things that have influenced you in a way that it's possible that it's gotten into your subconscious mind, part of your program that's running 95% of what you do every day? And that's real work. But those are the questions you got to ask, okay? If you want to go in and you want to start the process of rewiring, okay, reprogramming your subconscious. And so there's ways that you can train your subconscious. And one of them is precision. There's 3 of them, affirmations, visualizations, and meditation. So if we look at precision affirmations, okay, we make a clear, definitive statement about yourself as if it's already true. So here's kind of the witchcraft to that, okay? If I think something has already happened, okay, that means I have to feel like it's already happened, all right? Subconscious mind runs on feelings, okay? Can't negotiate with it. So you have to be able, when you say, like, it's one thing to say, like if you wake up in the morning and you say, I'm going to have an amazing day, okay? But you can't visualize the amazing day. all right, you're going to probably most likely have the same day that you had yesterday at some parts of it. So you really have to be able to visualize what change you want to make, okay, and what words are aligned, okay, with the vision, and make sure that they're in alignment. And if you do that, then your subconscious will just naturally take over. Oh, okay, right. Or I'm gonna have an amazing day. Now, it doesn't mean you have to like take an illustration board and illustrate out your whole day. You just have to be able to visualize certain parts of your day, okay, and get that feeling, like in your interactions, okay, with people. If you know you got a meeting coming up or a listing appointment, whatever the case may be, you know, you don't have to script it out, but you can just feel it going well, and that's good enough. Right. So next is visualizations. And visualizations are a powerful tool because they retrain the subconscious mind so that you can feel it. Okay, this is where you really start to get that deeper feeling about whatever it is you want to change. Okay, now I'm just going to give you a personal experience. So this weekend, I ran 2 miles this weekend. I haven't been able to run since July because mid-June, because I had a level 2 hamstring tear. Well, let me just tell you, when I woke up Saturday morning, I knew I was going to run. I knew it might hurt a little bit, but I was really excited about it. And I'm used to doing, 5, 6, 7 miles. So doing 2 was, was really kind of a warm up. It seems I haven't done it in a while. And I was a little unsure, right? But I was excited when I woke up in the morning. I know this is what I'm going to do today. And so getting that visualization is so important. It's one of the reasons why people like to do vision boards, right? Where, you see yourself on a beach. Okay. Well, you can't just see yourself on the beach. You have to be able to smell the suntan lotion and the margarita that's with you and the salt air. Okay. So you have to take it, right? You have to take your visualizations, a little bit deeper than just being able to say, well, I want to go to Costa Rica. And then lastly, the way to retrain your subconscious is through meditation. And, meditation is one of these things where I would encourage everyone to try it, right? And meditation is not a competition sport. So people will say, well, I'm not good at it. Well, there's no such thing as not being good at meditating. It's not a scored event. And it's powerful because it shuts down your conscious mind, right? Your conscious mind is just chirping at you all the time, okay? And it shuts it down. And once you get into meditation, okay, once you get into a quiet meditative state, right, that's when you start to go a little bit deeper. And that's when you start accessing your subconscious, and then you can start to implant, okay, and the visions and the goals that you've got, and they become in alignment with your words. And so, one thing about meditation is that, we're not in a society that kind of values silence. But that's what meditation is. It's really silence. So you don't necessarily need to sit and meditate for 20 minutes. I try to do 20 minutes a day every morning. You don't have to do that, okay? It would be a more recommended way to do it. But even if you're in the house, kind of just doing chores with no music, no TV, okay? Silence, just being in silence has a meditative quality to it. And that's what starts to shut down, the monkey mind, the chatter that goes on all the time from our conscious mind, right? Our conscious mind's chirping at us all the time, but the subconscious, right? But the subconscious mind, that's the program. That's where all the juicy stuff lives, is in our subconscious, and that's what controls everything. So one way to start with meditation is just take 5 minutes, 10 minutes. Just sit quietly. Don't worry about it. You're going to get your shopping list is going to come up. Your to-do list is going to come up. The things you forgot to do yesterday is going to come up. Let all that happen. It doesn't matter. If you're in a 10-minute meditation and you get 1 minute, okay, just 1 minute, all right, of silence, that's good enough. You don't need 10 minutes of, complete, complete silence to get the benefit of it. All right, you don't need much, and you have to be able to sit long enough, okay, to let the conscious mind kind of spin off and do its own thing, and quiet down so that you can get that just those few precious moments, okay, where you've got silence. So these are three ways that you can train your subconscious. So and then the question was, so then what do we do? So now that we've done these things, so and we've talked about this in different different sessions, but every opportunity we have to replace a thought that doesn't match or is not aligned, okay, with our goals, our visions, okay, we have to take every opportunity we can to replace the thought. So if we're looking at the picture of Costa Rica and then you're saying, well, I'll never get there. No, you have to actually remove the thought. You have to transmute the thought. Okay. You can actually just say, I'm transmuting that thought. I'm going to Costa Rica. All right. Now, here's what's really critical about this. It's so important. Even if you have to correct yourself out loud in public, do it. I know that sounds a little crazy. Okay. Or it sounds, like, well, I don't want people to think that, like I'm having a moment. It's okay. It's so important to change your thought process, to even say, I don't think we can do that. No, wait a minute, I take that back. No, we can do this. I can do this. Okay. That type of languaging, it's so important, okay, that you have your feelings and your words, okay, and your visions in alignment. And that will start to change your subconscious behavior. And it's work, because you have to kind of be willing to go into some dark corners and, light a match or two, to really say, well, okay, I had this experience when I was a kid, and what, for as much as maybe as an adult, I really don't want to admit it, it's been kind of following me around for a while, 30, 40 years. And what's really interesting about events that affect us, that become buried then in our subconscious, okay, is that they don't have to be days long events. It could be the first time you gave a speech, or the first time, or some sporting event where you muffed a play, or some words that didn't come out right, when you were talking with somebody, or a first date. It could be who knows what, all right? But they're typically not long moments, but they're moments that stick with us. And what happens is that the feeling that we have from that moment, okay, that we didn't like, that feeling gets recognized and almost kind of recorded in our subconscious, and we stay away from it, okay, as opposed to kind of dealing with it and changing it. So anyway, so it's so important that you make the effort, the conscious effort. Now, you can't manage 60,000 thoughts directly, so like we know that, but the ones you recognize, you have to correct it, and then you have to put it into alignment, okay, with your goals and visions. So we'll leave with this: if your actions don't live up to your words, you have nothing to say. And I thought that was kind of perfect, right? Everything we do or say should be in alignment with, our feelings and our goals and our visions. All righty. Yeah, the subconscious, that's really fun stuff. If you want to do some, some other work on it, there's endless amounts of information that you can get. So let's see what we got for chats here. I guess we don't have it. So, alrighty then. Well, I hope everybody has a great week, and we'll see you in 30 days or so. Take care.